have to have that persistent faith to keep it going. When you pray, Jesus talked to you from the cross. Often not, they're not silence, right? But we always persevere. Always persevere. And it will be from today's gospel, for example, among many others that will inspire us and remind us. Here we have Thomas, so often we call him doubting Thomas. They also say we are his twin, because we will also keep on doubting the Lord, isn't it? Why is the Lord not answering my prayer? How come he's like this? He answers other people's prayer. Other people strike 40, I have not struck. Right? All kinds of things you will say as if God is the emperor. You see Thomas? Thomas say, I don't know. I don't know. Unless I can see, unless I can touch and feel, I will not believe. We may also say, how come? How come? Wasn't he with Jesus all these years, 3 years? Hasn't he seen the miracles? He did, right? Yeah. And how come he's still like that? I refuse to believe. Because Jesus said, I will die, I will die, and yet, they told him, we have seen the Lord, he has appeared. The first time he wasn't there, right? He says, I will not believe. Have you been like that before? Yes or no? Better be yes, huh? If you say no, then I don't think I'll be very honest. The moment you doubt and say, I think God never hear my prayer, I don't believe, how come like that, how come? The moment you say you question God, that will be again that you don't have this kind of trust in God, that God will make a way for you somehow. You know what I mean? Yeah. You want to rent a house or rent a room, you cannot find, and you say, what is God going to do in this one? Yeah. Like that. And then, this time around, he has come back to the community. Where did he disappear to the first time around when Jesus appeared? He went off somewhere else on his own. And that's also dangerous, to go somewhere else on your own. Or maybe he needed that time because he needed to breathe. You know, Jesus has been crucified, and he says, no, I need time to get away from all this sort of things, clear out these thoughts and all that. You know, what has happened? How come he allowed himself to be crucified? Jesus not say, I will have to suffer and die and rise. How come he did not impact him? Anyway, he was away. Okay? Yeah, maybe feeling sorry for himself even. Yeah. Have you been like that before? See, yes. Yeah, you feel sorry for yourself, you move away from people, you don't talk to people, you keep to yourself. Yeah. Yeah, because you're keeping your own wound somewhere. Right? Then this time around he's with them. Does Jesus say, "Bloody fool, how come you behave like this?" No, right? Really, Jesus meets us where we are hurting. And that's one of the many beautiful things about Jesus. He understands you where you are exactly. And he doesn't condemn you or put you down and all these kind of things. Right? Jesus would have scolded him or reminded him, haven't I told you? Right? No. He just appears and says, okay, Thomas, come. So all of them, and you, Thomas, will come. And touch me. I don't think Thomas touched. So, with a button down on his knees, and then he goes, my Lord and my God. You see, Thomas sees Jesus with his wounds, and he says, my Lord and my God. How come? Still the same Jesus, right? Still the same Jesus that he sees, and yet he can say, my Lord and my God. So this is faith. sees a physical Jesus, and he says, my Lord and my God. He's transcendent for him, his mind and his heart already. If this is truly Jesus risen from the dead. Is that good news for us? Yes. Yes. Because we know Thomas refused to believe unless he sees, and then we have his profession of faith, my Lord and my God. So this is one of those times where we have to keep this at the back of our mind and heart. Whenever we ourselves doubt, is this no. Thomas was a good lesson for me. It was the way we saw, and then we say, my Lord and my God. Jesus goes on to say, you believe because you can see me, he said to them. And then he goes on to say, happy are those who have not seen Jesus, and yet believe. Right? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. So we have to take these words to heart and really believe. Because our Eucharist will be our risen Lord Christ. But it's just a wafer. In consecration, it becomes the body and blood, the soul and divinity of Jesus. That's our faith, my Lord and my God. And from a doubting, someone who doubts, to believe, and out he goes in mission. He went to Syria, he went to Persia, he went to India. That's the kind of faith that he has that propels him to spread the good news of Jesus, Savior of the world. And so, we come back to ourselves again. Where are you in your walk with the Lord? What is your relationship with Jesus? So I invite you really to create that space in your heart. Push the other things aside and say, Lord, I want to put you in the center of my heart. There are many things in life that I don't understand. There are many things in my life that I cannot figure out, and I cannot settle those and resolve those things. But I put you there first. Because I know you are my God and Lord. I know something beautiful will happen. And that's how I must trust you. That's the kind of faith we are called to. It's always one step at a time, one day at a time with the Lord. And over time we find that He has been there all